All right, everyone, welcome back. I've been on a brief hiatus with my card making. To point out the obvious, I have an injury on my thumb here. I actually cut myself, so I will be having this large bandage on. Also, while you are in your own crafting area, in your own space, this is a good reminder just to take your tools seriously. X-Acto knives, weeding tools, they are very sharp and they do their job really well. So that's just another brief shout out while you're crafting. Just be careful. So with that said, I do have a new stamp set, and this is a graduation theme of cute animals featuring "You snailed it," "You're qualified," and "You're so stinkin' smart." So this will be a nice set to celebrate a loved one, a child, a family friend, whoever it may be, who is embarking on their next journey and has graduated. So with that said, I have all of my supplies out and I have some new things today. I think I'm gonna go today with my skunk. I think the skunk with this kind of sparkly embossing powder would just be really cute. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of. All right, so I have that. And the nice thing about this set is it actually frames the animal faces really nice. So I'm going to start from the top down. And the first part is going to be my congratulations banner. All right, so I'm starting with my congratulations banner. I'm gonna try out, I've never tried it before, so this is a blind reaction. I'm gonna see what happens. Oh, it's got good coverage already, I can tell. Give it a look. And I'm going to frame my congratulations banner at the top, have my skunk be the center focus, and then my phrase at the bottom. So it's a nice sandwich. Push down. I want to be careful not to rock the plate back and forth. That is something that I will make a mistake on and have in the past. So try not to move your wrists back and forth or wiggle it, because you will get that kind of rocking double exposure. However, I did not here, so that looks pretty good. I'm trying to be a little more clean now that I have this big boo-boo, so I'm trying to avoid getting a bunch of ink on my bandage, because that just would be an inconvenience. Go like that. Now, before I even move forward, I want to keep in mind when I'm using my heat embossing powder, anything that is wet, and if I pour over multiple stamps, it is going to transfer to that ink. So think of this as a magnet, and whatever is inked or wet, this is going to adhere to it. So to prevent that, I'm just going to take some black powder. I was thinking ahead. And I have my little scrap, and I'm just going to, sometimes if you get some of these chunks, a good thing to do is just shake the jar. Heat embossing powder is going to adhere to anything that has moisture, so just give it a good shake. All right, as you can see, I have some granules left over. So this is when my handy dandy paintbrush, a clean one, comes in handy. And I'm just going to rotate the paper and brush off what I can. I'm gonna cure this with my handy dandy heat gun. I do have some what I would call static in the background, but again, this is something that is handmade and you're not a machine, you're not a computer, so there may be some mistakes, there may be some things that show up that are undesirable, but I think this is what crafting is about. It's something that you have made with your own two hands, and if someone handmade me a card just like this, I would be pretty thankful. So, you know, if you mess up, it's okay, keep going. I'm not having my skunk directly under the banner. I'm gonna kind of have him down in the middle. And I want him a little farther down because I have these additional embellishments like the #1 ribbon or sparkles or streamers. So by having him a little farther down, I have some more room to play. There we go. Not bad, not bad. And same thing. I'm gonna hit this with my kind of confetti black embossing powder. It still kept the details in. Even my little pupils are still visible, but that glittery effect, very fun. Very fun. This would also be a really good color for any additional silhouette graduation stamps that we have, such as the cap and gown or jumping, even this hat here and the fireworks. Lots of options. But if you have something that's heavily dark, that sparkly black embossing powder, very cute. All right. Let's bring You're So Stinkin Smart. Now, I am actually going to add some color with my markers before I go in and do any more stamping, because my hand is going to be moving around the paper, and if I have any wet ink, which I think I'm just going to ink, I'm not going to do any more heat embossing. I don't want any smudging to occur. So, let's see, how could I add some fun color to this? Well, when I graduated high school, we had a red cap. When I graduated college, we had a black cap. Now that I already have all this black though, I'm just gonna avoid more black. I'm gonna go with a red. It's bold, it's bright. This is a good time for you as well if your loved one or whoever is receiving this card, maybe their school had blue caps. Maybe they just had black. What other ones could there be? I think mostly I just see red and blue and black. Or maybe you don't want to correspond with their school or institution that they're graduating from, and you want to give them a rainbow cap. Why not? I'm gonna add some pink to my ears. I'm gonna go in with actually a type of brown for my cap. You might be thinking, okay, why brown? But as you can see, it really starts to deepen the colors of this kind of rich red. And I definitely want to get a lot of shading under the flat part. And pull that down. So there's definitely some areas in which I want to try and clean up or cover up. And what better way to do than take your stamps and use them to cover up any mistakes. So I'm thinking I definitely want to have some kind of framing my skunk. I'm going to come in with some gems. And with that said, I think I'm done. This is something that is, I believe, an accessible and easily done card in a more simplistic manner. You could even totally do away with heat embossing. Don't even need to do that. You could even just go even more hyper simple. You don't ditch the markers and just have some additional stamping embellishments around, off to the side, hanging off the edge, whatever that may be. So here's a great way to send a congratulatory card for a friend, a loved one, a neighbor, whoever it may be that is onto their next educational journey. With that said, we would love to see what you will make using our stamps, so please hit us with a hashtag stamp with us. That again is hashtag stamp with us. We would love to see what you will create next. As always, thank you for joining. Goodbye.